let's wrap up this portion of it by talking about the overall fit and comfort of your mask. First, let's talk about guys with glasses, like me. As you can see from the foam here, there's tiny little slits. Well, you probably can't see because they're tiny little slits. Some masks have pretty big grooves cut out of the foam, and that keeps the foam from pushing in on your temple pieces. Anyone who's worn a mask with their glasses that doesn't have grooves cut out, you know how uncomfortable that is. So if you really do like a mask like this that doesn't happen to have grooves cut out of the foam, you can actually cut the foam out. It's a pretty good way to do it. Not really a big deal. Some masks, like these two guys, actually happen to have pretty wide grooves, about this wide, cut out. So it's good for your temple pieces. It's not pushing up against your glasses, and you can move your mask around, adjust it without your glasses getting all cockeyed. Now, another thing for glasses guys to think about is even if you get a mask with a non-fog lens, you could still experience issues with your glasses fogging up. So that's not the mask's fault. That's just kind of the name of the game. You really got to kind of deal with that. When you want to look at the other aspects of fit and comfort, again, everyone's head, face, they're all like a little different shape. So it really is going to come down to you trying on the mask, and it's got to be comfortable for you. A lot of masks are generally speaking pretty comfortable, especially when you get into the mid and high-end masks. But like this is an ultra high-end mask. A lot of people just don't find it comfortable. I do. I think it's great, but a lot of people don't. So that's something where you really got to keep that in mind. It's going to be on your head for hours at a time. You don't want to be going home with sore ears because the mask just doesn't fit your head very well. So what I'm going to do now is one by one, we're going to look closely at these masks. I'm going to point out some key features and kind of give you a good idea of what's going on. See that? This is the V-Force Vantage Pro, also known as the Pro Vantage. It's approximately $30. And weighs 0.7 pounds and 0.75 pounds with the visor on. Comes with a single pane anti-fog lens. The construction is stiff in the front but flexible along the sides. The strap, they did a pretty decent job with the strap. There's a nice silicone backing so it's going to stay in place. It's pretty thick, nice and springy. The ears are soft, so they are going to be fairly comfortable. The foam, they actually did a phenomenal job on a mask that only costs $30. This foam is like what I'd expect to see on a mask that costs $60. As you can see, there's a nice groove cut out for those of you with eyeglasses, and it does not cover your head completely. It does come with an optional visor, and it does not come with a chin strap. Let's put it on. Well, for an entry-level mask, this is pretty comfortable. There's no pressure points. Offers good protection behind my ears, up on my head, well below my chin. The range of vision isn't phenomenal, but it's definitely not bad. One thing that's really nice about these and all V-Force masks is that they've got very easy to change lenses. This is the Tippmann US Army Ranger Mask. It's only available in digital camo. Weighs 0.55 pounds without the visor and 0.65 pounds with the visor. It's approximately $35. Now, let's talk about the lens. The lens is a single pane lens, so it's going to be anti-fog. The construction, overall, it's fairly stiff. It's going to offer you a pretty good amount of protection. When we look at the strap, well, they skimped a little bit on the strap. It's a little weak, doesn't have a silicone backing on this, so that's one thing they definitely could have improved. The ears are hard, so they're going to give you a good amount of protection. The foam, it's not the worst I've ever felt, but it's definitely not as good as some of the other ones. It does not have a full head shield, as you can see. It comes with the optional visor, and it does have a chin strap. So let's put it on. Now, initially, comfort's not so great because it doesn't quite cover your ears and can dig in on your ears a little bit. That could get uncomfortable after a long day of play. It's really not that bad, but it's something to think about. It just covers my chin, which isn't horrible. Has pretty good forehead and top of my head protection. The range of vision, however, is excellent. You have great peripheral vision. Definitely did a good job on this. Now, to remove and swap out lenses isn't quite as easy as some masks, but it's definitely not as hard as some either. So they did a pretty decent job on that. This is one of Save Phace's Diss series mask. It weighs 0.8 pounds, whether it's got the forehead protector or the optional visor installed. One thing that kind of bums me out is that you can't have both of them at the same time. There are some screws down in here that you can remove to pull off the forehead protector and put on the visor. It's approximately $45. It comes with a single pane anti-fog lens. The construction overall is nice and hard. The safe face masks are the toughest, stiffest masks, offering the most protection out of any of the masks on the market. However, they are surprisingly comfortable. The strap on this particular series mask could have been done a little bit better. There's a little bit of silicone on backing, so it's gonna keep its position fairly well, but it's not as springy and nice as I may have expected. The ears, once again, are hard. The foam, they did a pretty good job on this. This is pretty velvety foam, and it's got nice big grooves for those of you with eyeglasses. It is not a full head shield mask. It does come with an optional visor and does not have a chin strap. Let me try this on. You know, the initial comfort is actually very good, even though it's a very stiff mask. The coverage is pretty excellent with the forehead protector. As you can see, covers behind my ears, and it's very stiff, so that offers good protection. One thing I did notice was that it's a little slim in here. That could present a problem for some people. I can't imagine it's much of a problem where it touches your jawline. Now, one thing to keep in mind is Safe Face is going to be releasing a version 2 mask shortly. It's going to be a little bit bigger, should fit a wider range of people. The range of vision on these, can't complain. The removal and reinsertion of the lenses, one of the easiest there is, along, again, with the straps. Really easy to work on this mask. Like I said before, it's pretty tough, so you can dish out a lot of abuse on it. This is another Safe Face mask. It's a dope series. It's exactly the same weight, 0.8 pounds, either with the forehead protector or the optional visor. Now, when you get into the higher end masks like this, you have options for some pretty cool graphics. As well, this comes with a thermal dual pane lens. It happens to be shown here in an amber lens, but generally would come with a clear lens. The strap on this is identical to the last one. I feel like they could have made it a little bit springier, but it really gets the job done pretty well. One thing that's nice about the Safe Face, if I do my hands right, is you can easily remove the strap and the lenses. Pretty slick feature. The ears are hard, as well as the entire construction of this is hard. It offers more protection than any other mask on the market. And the foam, once again, they did a pretty good job. This is pretty velvety. It's got nice big grooves for those of you with eyeglasses. It is not a full head shield. It does come with an optional visor, and it does not come with a chin strap. Well, just like the other Safe Face mask, this is going to fit comfortably for me. Offers good protection, good coverage, and my ears. The range of vision, definitely very good. And like I said before, the lenses come out and go back in very easily. Not to mention, this mask is tough.